More than 500 people filled the Anderson Student Center on October 25th for a sit-in protest.
And the university announced plans for 2 new residence halls and renovations to Brady and Dowling dormitories.
Those issues and more today on Top Stories. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for this edition of Top Stories. I'm Althea Larson.
In this show, we will give you a rundown of Tommy Media's biggest stories from the fall semester. I'm Samantha Hoanglong.
St. Thomas announced in September that it will combine the current schools of social work and graduate psychology to form a new school of nursing. The school will house both undergraduate and graduate level courses. A search committee hopes to find a dean by the end of fall 2018 and director by early 2019. From there, new nursing faculty will be hired to help develop the curriculum.
St. Thomas students flocked to McNeely Hall in the Groveland Community Center in St. Paul November 6 to cast their votes in the 2018 midterm election. At the McNeely Hall polling place, 10-time election judge Leo Timmons directed voters to the registration and sign-in tables. Timmons said he saw more people coming through the polling place than a normal midterm. The Associated Press reported nearly 540,000 votes were cast early in Minnesota when the window opened in September, almost matching the general election early turnout in 2016.
The St. Thomas Black Empowerment Student Alliance organized a sit-in where over 500 students, faculty, and staff gathered in late October to protest a racial slur incident from the week before. Tommy Media's chief story editor Solveig Rennan and videographer Charlie Siddons have the story.
St. Thomas's Anderson Student Center was filled on Thursday with a community that has had enough.
I'm not here to be in the way, man. I'm just here to participate. So,
thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter was also here to support first-year student Kevin Perkins, along with hundreds of others in a protest organized by the Black Empowerment Student Alliance at St. Thomas. The latest incident happened at Brady Hall, where Perkins found a racial slur and the phrase, "Go back," on his door last week. Today, the community spoke out against racism by staying silent. BASA President Amira Warren Yearby was the first to speak.
Black students belong at this university, and we're not going anywhere.
Students were joined by staff.
And you know what, I'm mad? Because in community of colors, when things happen to us, we don't quit. We don't have a choice. We keep on going. We show up tomorrow.
And faculty.
Maybe we should talk more about how to make this campus, this community, this university, a place where white supremacy is uncomfortable.
Despite the incident, Perkins still plans to graduate from St. Thomas.
This is bigger than me. It's an issue that's been going on way too long. It has to be solved, so we all have to come together as people.
The administration will kick off its action plan to combat racism by canceling classes next Wednesday for a campus-wide meeting.
What I hope happens is that we have meaningful dialogue, just like we had today, meaningful education as we all learn more about how racism affects our society.
Student Body President Bizrat Bayou hopes activism continues past today.
I can't stress how important it is for people to understand that this is not it. This is just the first part. And if we continue to show up for each other, some beautiful stuff can happen. So come out, show up, and let's do it.
For TommyMedia.com, I'm Solveig Rennan.
Shortly after the protest, university administration unveiled an action plan to combat racism on campus. The plan includes short and long-term goals to become a more diverse and inclusive community.
The university announced just before Thanksgiving plans to build 2 new residence halls and renovate Brady and Dowling halls over the next 3 summers. The new dorms will add 550 new beds and 225 underground parking spaces. Renovations are expected to be complete by 2020. The estimated cost for the projects is around $85 million, and tuition will not be used toward these projects.
The university also announced in mid-November the renovation and expansion of the St. Thomas Aquinas Chapel. In an effort to establish it as the new spiritual center on campus, the center will include a multi-purpose gathering room, an amphitheater, and rooms for interfaith worship and prayer. Construction of the new Iverson Center for Faith begins in May 2019 and will be ready for use by fall 2020.
And those are Tommy Media's top stories for the fall semester. Thank you for joining us.
View these stories and more at TommyMedia.com. With Samantha Hoanglong, I'm Althea Larson for Tommy Media's Top Stories.